Hi everyone, how are you doing? I hope you guys are having a great Tuesday. It's so funny. I was thinking I wonder how everyone's weekend was, and I realized oh wait, it's Tuesday. It's a long way past the weekend. I feel like Monday is my day of blah. How are you guys all doing? Welcome to Facts and Two Cents. This is Petal. If anybody could hear me, if you could give me a little thumbs up, that would be really awesome. Hello. I see all my friends in the chat. I see Lydia is here. Church Nelly is here. Church Nelly, you are a moderator, and I don't know why it's not highlighted, and I don't understand. I'm not sure. You are definitely a moderator, and I don't know why it's not highlighted in green as Lydia's name. I am losing my mind. I don't know how that works. But see, Dory is here. I'll try to figure it out. Dory's here, and Kathy, and Gentle Kiss. Oh, Gentle Kisses. Hello. I love that. Sarah and Elaine and Rosa and Annie, and who else is here? Len, and let's see, Sister, and hey, Sister is here, and see, Rosa, I said you already, and Doria said, let's see who else is hanging out here with us. Hi guys, welcome to Facts and Two Cents. Let's see who else am I missing? Anyone? Jenny H. Hi Jenny H, how are you? Adrian, Sunita, fancy, hey. And Susie Q, and Teresa, and Emerald, and Noelle, and Carolyn, and Adrienne, and Terry, Elizabeth, Perlina, Bright Eyes PBJ. Hey, Bright Eyes. How are you today? And Ma Jones. Hello, everyone. Ursula. I think I said Teresa before. Marissa. Hi. So I'm assuming you guys could hear me. I didn't see a thumbs up. Did I miss a thumbs up? Let me make sure you guys can hear me. If you could give me a thumbs up. But anyway, welcome to Facts and Two Cents. As you know, this is a channel that supports the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Harry, Meghan, Big Boy Archie, Baby Lily, Mama Doria, Pula Guy, and the chickens. Hello. And we're biased and we're petty, and you come for our faves, we'll kind of come for you. If you're in the chat and you are tempted to put something not pleasant in the chat, please refrain. Thank you, Perlina. Thank you. And Kay, I see the thumbs up. But yes, if you are in the chat and you're tempted to put something nasty in the chat, don't. Our wonderful moderators will, kick you out basically. But even if you're not into this, and you're welcome to listen and enjoy. But anyway, guys, our faves have been quiet. They are quiet. They are under their tree hanging out. I know Prince Harry is putting the finishing touches for the Invictus Games that is coming up on the 16th. I think I saw today, and I hadn't checked the site, and I was like, shoot, I forgot to check the site. But someone on Twitter said that the countdown is on already. They have already put up the countdown, the clock, counting down the days and the time, the hours and the minutes for Invictus. And I am so excited. I hope you guys are all excited about Invictus coming up on April the 16th to 26th. I'm excited to see Prince Harry. Don't know if Meghan is going to be there. I would love to see her. If she's not, she'll stay under her tree, whether it's in the Netherlands privately or in Montecito with the babies. But if they all are there and show themselves to us, yeah, I'm excited for that too. So, but they're there doing their thing. Hey guys, welcome to everybody that I didn't say who have joined the chat, but thank you guys. I see the thumbs up. And yeah, so our faves are quiet, our faves are doing their thing, but across the pond on Shutter Island they are being their wretched selves, and if if you've been paying attention to the royal family lately, really ever, whenever you see things like these stories that make you go, I wonder why we're seeing this story now, not that the story isn't legit in any way, or not that it's not, a credible story and it should be reported. But whenever something happens with whenever something is with the royal family and it's one of those like, okay, why are we getting this sort of like controversial story now? It's usually something covering up something, especially if it's, Prince Harry. I mean, they don't have Harry and Meghan to kick around anymore or throw under the bus or whatever else. So, they have been trying to find someone to become that spare that, Prince Harry ran away from. And so, it seems they found some. And one of the things that happened over the weekend was this very curious story. Again, not that the story isn't valid. It is definitely a valid story. It's definitely something that should be reported, but timing with the royal family is always a thing. You guys may have seen the story, or if you haven't seen the story, yeah. So if you haven't seen the story, then it's like, okay, so I'll go through it a little bit. If you have seen it or have read it, just, bear with me for those who haven't. But this is an exclusive. Turkish woman 76 gave $750,000 to Prince Andrew after advisor won pitch at palace. And it's one of those things you're like, what? Okay. So they have, Prince Andrew have gone from taking advantage of a child, a teen, to now taking advantage of a 76-year-old woman. I mean, the corruption never ends with that. So this Turkish woman, 76 years old, she, her financial advisor wins the Pitcher Palace. And if you don't know, Pitcher Palace was one of those initiatives that was started by Prince Andrew. And apparently he has been benefiting. It's supposed to be, I think, a non-for-profit charity thing. But he has literally been profiting from this thing. And this happened in 2019, and it says the winner of the night's prestigious, this is the night which is the big night for the Pitcher Palace, is the winner of the night's prestigious People's Award was a digital banking company called Haman AI. Its chief executive and founder, Salman Turk, a young Turkish financier. Both the Duke and Mr. Turk enjoyed a highly successful evening. 9 days later, on November 15th, the Duke of York may have been even more pleased. Court documents disclosed to the Telegraph that after this newspaper made its application to the High Court, that showed $750,000 went into his personal account. Now, why is Prince Andrew getting $750,000 from the person that just won his Pitcher Palace is a mystery to everyone to this day, and it says the money, that $750,000, came from Nibahat Eviap, and I'm sure I'm butchering her name, Isbilen, is 76-year-old millionaire who has fled who has fled persecution in her native Turkey. The money, she was told by Mr. Turk, was to help the Duke, was for help the Duke had purportedly given her in acquiring a new Turkish passport. And what happened is when she left Turkey, she fled. Her husband was put in jail. She fled, I guess, for her life, and left her passport behind. And so in order to replace the passport, her financial advisor told her that it would normally cost $2 million. But Prince Andrew, being his kind-hearted self and wonderfully generous person, will get her passport back to her for the minimum sum, the little sum of $750,000. Yes. That, I mean, rich people are like, how anybody could believe that and fork over $750,000. You have to be really rich to even have that mindset. But that she did. He says, the Turk, according to Mr. Isbilin's testimony, told her such a service of replacing her Turkish passport would would normally be worth $2 million. And it says the money went into the Duke's account a little over a week after the Pitch for Palace event, at which Mr. Turk and his company AI had emerged victorious, and where Miss Isabelin witnessed his success from the audience. So she was in the audience while her financial advisor, Mr. Turk, won the Pitch for Palace. And somehow he convinced her that getting her passport back would cost $2 million. But if she were to put the payment as a gift for only $750,000, the Duke of York will get her passport. I'm still waiting to see if she ever got that, So anyway, so that happened. And so what is going on right now is Miss Isabelin wants her money back. She realized that she has been scammed, and she is like, I want my money back. So she has taken, she's gone to court, she's got lawyers and everything. And so they started this hearing for this case for her to get her money back. Her lawyer went after Prince Andrew's like, okay, you have this woman's $750,000. We want it back, and we want to know what is the relationship between you and Mr. Turk, why you got $750,000 exactly, And so, but apparently, according to this, that Prince Andrew paid back the money. It says sometime after the first hearing, which was held last March, which is March of 2021. Again, timing. This case started last year, 2021. But somehow we're only hearing about this past weekend. Again, timing with the royal family. And it says, as soon as Peters and Peters, Miss Isabelin's law firm wrote to the Duke requesting an account for his dealings with Mr. Turk, Prince Andrew declined to provide any such account, but repaid Mr. Isabelin the sum of $750,000. My thing with that is, where did Prince Andrew get $750,000? We know he's not working, But somehow last year, Prince Andrew came up with $750,000. Taxpayers, the Queen, I don't know where Prince Andrew got the $750,000, but he refused to say why he got that money. To this day, the lawyers are still trying to figure out why Prince Andrew has that $750,000. And then, not only that, Prince Andrew has now, with all of his shady dealings, somehow Princess Beatrice and Eugenie has been able to avoid all of that stain on them. I mean, you're still kind of side-eyeing both of them. That's your father and all. But, somehow they've managed to sort of stay out of it. But now, with this case, they are now flat involved in it, because it says, claims, it's another exclusive by the Telegraph, who's been reporting out on this story, and now a lot of the tabloids and stuff have picked up on it. Claims Princess Beatrice and Eugenie received money from the Turkish fraudster linked to Prince Andrew. So now, not only is Prince Andrew involved, he has now involved his children. And you think, okay, as a parent who claimed to love his daughters, you would think you would protect your daughters. But no, they are now dragged into a fraud case. And in here it says, let's see, let's get this back a little bit so I can read it. It says the Telegraph can reveal that £750,000 payment was described to bankers as a wedding gift for his eldest daughter, Princess Beatrice. And you guys remember, Princess Beatrice was supposed to have his big wedding, and then COVID hit, and then she had this tiny little wedding. So apparently, according to the bankers, when they got the money and saying why they needed to, why they needed to get $750,000 from Miss Isabelin's account, they said it was supposed to be a wedding gift for Princess Beatrice. And also, Princess Eugenie was also paid $25,000 on orders of Mr. Salman Turk. I mean, why they need this money? Let's see. And then not only did Princess Eugenie and Beatrice get money, it says in proceedings revealed to the Telegraph, the Duke is alleged to have received a total of $1.1 million from Mrs. Isbolin's funds, while his ex-wife Sarah, Duchess of York, received $225,000. It's like a whole family fraud case. It is unbelievable. And for me, this is what happens when you are trying to keep up with the Joneses, or in British, trying to keep up with the turnip toffs or whatever those people, Kate's friends out in the country, one of whom was supposedly having the relationship or affair with Prince William. I think they're called the turnip tops. And that's what trying to keep up with these people are when you don't have money. Prince Andrew has never, other than he was like a trade whatever for the government eons ago. Prince Andrew has always been connected with these nefarious characters, and they're all either borrowing money, making money, either laundering money, buying his house, and it's still sitting there dilapidated. Many think it's money that was laundered in, and all of that stuff. But there's always this corruption around Prince Andrew and money and borrowing money, especially from Middle Eastern billionaires and all of that stuff. And this is the thing with the royal family. It's like, we look at them, you say, well, they're all rich. They're not. The Queen and Prince Charles are rich. All the money stays at the top. And everyone else pretty much is begging them for money. Everyone has to go for them, and that is how they keep control over the family, because they control the purse strings. So all the family members who quote unquote work for the family, they're all basically having to always come to the Queen and Prince Charles for money, because they are the two that have the money. Everyone else is basically strung along and by those strings that they can pull. And so that's why they feel perfectly fine to use all of those people whenever they need someone to throw under the bus. Hence why Harry and Meghan bailed out of there. At least one of the reasons they bailed out of there. And this is the same thing. You see so many in the royal family have these ties with people that you're like, I can't believe you just, either make a deal or going to work with this person or trying to sell access to Russia and all. They are trying to make money to live, to keep up with the turnip tops, but they are going through these criminals to get money, to get quick money to do. And, it's like living within your means. It somehow doesn't compute to royals, but you see stuff like this all the time. And again, Sarah Ferguson is again, I say she's always involved in these things as well. And it goes on to say, bank statements obtained by the legal team show Princess Eugenie was paid $25,000 over the course of 2 days. The first $10,000 transfer was made on October 9th through Alphabet account. The next day, a payment of $15,066.05 was made from Mr. Turk's account to Eugenie York under the reference birthday gift. Again, these birthdays. And source close to the family said the payment of more than $15,000 listed as birthday to Princess Eugenie made on October 10th, 2019, was in fact to pay for a surprise party for the Duchess, meaning Duchess of York, Sarah Ferguson. So apparently this was supposed to be her mom's birthday. Cheap birthdays don't apply. You need $15,000. It was supposed to be a gift to do that. Because Eugenie, apparently they said Eugenie's birthday is not until March. I guess Eugenie's birthday just passed. I guess I missed it. Happy birthday, Eugenie. But, going on, Sarah, trying to explain this, her involvement in this, she claims that she was owed to the $225 because she was like a brand ambassador for Mr. Turk's company, Pigasso's Group Holding. And so she was a brand ambassador. So therefore, she was owed that $225,000. So I guess she is not returning that to Mrs. Isbelin. And then Eugenie puts out a statement saying that, in a statement on Friday, Princess Eugenie said, on the 31st March 2022, I received a letter from solicitors Peter and Peter representing their client Nehabat Isbelin, I can't say the middle name, in her claim against Mr. Salman Turk and various companies. I know neither Mr. Isbelin nor Mr. Turk or nor any other details of the claim, and I was surprised to receive this letter, which asked me to explain two payments made to my account on October 2019, which I understood to be gifts from a long-standing family friend to assist the cost of a surprise party for my mother, Sarah, the Duchess of York's 60th birthday. And let me just stop for a second to just say thank you, Nutty Doctor. I appreciate so much. Let me find her. Yes. Thank you so much, Nutty Doctor. I really appreciate your support always. You are always supporting. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I did not want to miss saying thank you to Nutty Doctor. But so Eugenie is pretty much saying that up until March, mind you, this case started March of last year, 2021. She apparently had no idea this was happening. And on March 31st of this year, which is a couple of days ago, she received the letter from Mrs. Isbelin's attorneys. And she's like, I don't know these people. I never met them. She understood that Mr. Isbelin was, Mr. Turk, was a friend of her father's. And she just understood it to be a surprise, a gift for her, to help with the cost for her mother's birthday. And so, which is weird that this has all been going on, and she, apparently don't know about it until the 31st of a couple of days ago, the 31st of March, and then she goes on to say in early October 2019, and you guys could remind me, didn't Eugenie get married in October 2019 or somewhere in the fall 2019? I know Meghan and Harry got married in May. I thought Eugenie got married. This was around her wedding time. But anyway, I digress. In early 2019, I received a call from our family friend saying that he wanted to make a financial contribution towards my mother's birthday party to assist with catering costs. I suggest that any contribution could be made directly to the caterers, but in the event provided my account details, to which two payments were made totaling $25,000, which I then transferred on to the company organizing my mother's party. I am now consulting with my lawyers, who I have asked to respond to Peters and Peters on my behalf to assist in their inquiries. So she's basically saying, like, look, while I was talking to this person who was donating, I just happened to give them my bank account, and then they transferred the money to my account, and then I transferred it to the caterers, whomever was taking care of my mother's party. And you're like, okay, all right, so you just gave somebody, okay, she said she gave them her account details. Okay, a little skeevy, but all right, I buy it, Eugenie. But anyways, so far we've, Princess Beatrice's friend, not a lawyer, her friend, said she has no idea about the $750,000. There's no suggestion that she even knew, that her father did that took that money in her name or under the guise that he's paying for her, her wedding. There's no suggestion that she even knew about it. Princess Eugenie obviously knew about the $25,000 because here she is, saying that. And, on an aside, apart from this story, Prince Andrew also has a habit of basically putting these corrupt people and bringing these corrupt people into his into his daughter's lives. I mean, you know, back in what, 2011, look at the date of this, 2011, Prince Andrew, yeah, May of 2011, Prince Andrew, you know, this Libyan businessman gives him, or gives Princess Beatrice, it always seemed to be Princess Beatrice, this diamond necklace for her birthday. And, you know, not only, yeah, when she was 21, he gave her this diamond necklace for her 21st birthday. And not only did he give her the necklace, he was actually at the party. He was at the party. And, you know, it's like, if you look back, you know, this man, he, well, he's now a U.S. citizen, oh dear. he, he served time in prison for attempting to smuggle submachine guns into France. I mean, you know, and also possession of drugs. This is the kind of character that Prince Andrew felt okay to bring to accept a gift for his daughter, and then, you know, have him come to her birthday party. And then, you guys remember this? Beatrice's 18th birthday. Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell, all at Princess Beatrice's 18th birthday. And it's like, are you serious? You know, that the fact that this man and Sarah would allow these people around their children as teenagers. I mean, Beatrice is 18, I think. Eugenie, I think, is 2 years younger or something. So she must have been like 16 around that time, that you allow these people around your children, you know? So this is not new. And so it is unbelievable to me that they would do this. But there we go. So then, you know, you ask yourselves, like, okay, you know, yes, there is this story happening, but why? Why are we hearing about this now? I mean, again, this thing all started back in 2021. You haven't, nothing. I mean, you can't tell me the press, somebody in the press didn't have any inkling that Prince Andrew was in court, you know, being accused of taking someone's $750,000, you know. And one of the things that we know with the press is that they hold on to stories. They hold on to stories because, you know, they want to drop it at a time when, and usually, you know, how that contract, that invisible contract that's not so visible anymore with the press, is that they hold on to stories and they drop it when the royal family needs cover, you know. And you guys remember this story because I talked about this last year with, you know, in terms of how the royal and the timing, the royal family, when they drop stories. You guys remember this story from July 31st with Prince Andrew, with Prince Charles's nephew, or really Camilla. Camilla's literally, that's her nephew and Prince Charles's nephew by marriage. But you guys remember Ben Elliott. This is the first time, July 31st, when we heard about the first story broke about Prince Charles' cash for access. And when that story broke on July, it was like, what? Prince Charles's nephew is selling access through his company, quintessentially, and they are, you know, charging people, millionaires and billionaires, money so that they can have access to Prince Charles and the Queen. This is when this story broke, and this is supposed to be a huge thing. Everybody was, you know, going in this, and just as this story broke, we got these stories. You know, this also, you know, we started getting these stories. Same day, we started getting these stories about Princess Eugenie's husband, Jack Brooksbank, who is in Italy cavorting with some models on a boat. And all the big tabloids, the Sun, the Mirror, the Daily Mail, they all have these stories front page when everybody should be focused on Prince Charles selling access to the royal family. Ben Elliott, who is works for Boris Johnson in the British government, selling access to the royal family, should be the big story. Instead, what we got from the most popular tabloids, or the most popular press in the UK, were stories about Princess Eugenie's husband, Jack Brooksbank. And that's why I was like, whenever you see stories about, you know, these outliers of the royal family. You know, it's something they're trying to cover up. And this is exactly what they did. And I remember saying at this time when this story broke last year about Eugenie and Jack, I'm like, Eugenie, you better run from this family because they are going to take you down. They're going to keep throwing you under the bus. And I feel the same way, especially Eugenie. You know, and I know squatties have different ways about Eugenie. Some parts of squatties hate Eugenie because they felt like she should have spoken up when they threw Meghan under the bus, saying that Meghan was, you know, announced her birth, her pregnancy at Eugenie's wedding, and there was all this, you know, the press attacked her for it, and some felt like Sarah Ferguson was shading Meghan and all of that stuff. They felt that Eugenie should have spoken up, and she never did. And others, you know, they're kind of feel like, well, Eugenie has a relationship with Harry and Meghan, so I'm not going to hate Eugenie. You know, could she have spoken up? She could have. She chose not to. She's never been negative towards them. She's actually been supportive to them on her social media. That's kind of where I am in. You know, so wherever you're feeling about Eugenie, one thing that I know is that Eugenie is going to be, they're going to nail Eugenie for everything because of her relationship with Harry and Meghan, you know. But I remember saying at this time, it's like, when Eugenie is gonna become their new person that they're gonna throw under the bus. So what's going on? Why we need a story about, you know, about Prince Andrew and his daughters and his wife and his ex-wife, you know, involved in some shady scam. Well, what's been going on? Why didn't the royal family need to divert people's attention and take people's attention from whatever? So what's going on? I mean, we've seen it in the last couple of weeks. What's been going on? Of course, that failed Caribbean tour. What's been going on? Everyone talking about, you know, William and Kate's charm less offensive. I mean, this is what was happening before that story came out. This is what was happening. You know, this is what the headlines were. You know, they don't want, you know, as much as, you know, the royal family, the press is like trying to be like, no, people are wrong. The tour was great. Look at all these fashions, whatever. The royal family could not, no matter what the tabloid press did, they couldn't hide these headlines. The royal families would only survive when they get positive headlines, and they can't survive these headlines. Why? Because a lot of this is not British headlines. Some of them are. The majority of international press. And they needed to get attention far away. One, because there's apparently another tour in this month, I guess, later this month, another couple going back to the Caribbean for some strange reason. They can't stay away from us. They're going to the Caribbean. And so they're trying to divert attention from this. What else is going on in the royal family? This, you know, of course, the Queen Betty putting her finger up at, you know, the public. She doesn't care. She's 96. What are they going to do? She knows that the press will cover for her eventually. People would be like, oh, but, you know, it's Queen Betty. They'll make excuses, whatever. And she doesn't care. So, but everybody is trying to run for cover because there is Prince Andrew front and center, you know, and their precious queen is looking like a pedo sympathizer, which she is, but they don't want to admit it. So Queen Betty is out there, you know, with Prince Andrew at front and center at the supposed Thanksgiving service for Prince Philip. And it is so weird with this Prince Philip thing because with all this is supposed to be about Prince Phil. Old Prince Phil is probably sitting there in his, you know, in his grave, really, but thinking like, well, this is supposed to be about me. Yet I'm the only one nobody is talking about. Nobody is talking about old Prince Phil. They're talking about everything else other than Prince Phil, what this supposed service that Harry and Meghan were supposed to fly, 8 hours, how many hours from Montecito to get there for a 40-minute service that nobody cares about but nobody cares about Prince Phil, you know. But anyways, they're trying to get away from this. So they're also trying to get away from these headlines because here are their big, you know, papers, you know, talking about it front and center. Everybody's dismayed because of Prince Andrew's role, which nobody on here is saying, yes, Queen Betty gave him that role. Queen Betty, Andrew didn't just barge in. No, this is what Queen Betty wanted. She is not hiding it. She has never hidden her, her focus and her mission is to rehabilitate Prince Andrew's image. That's her fave. And so she is completely biased. She doesn't hide it. She doesn't care what people think, obviously. She doesn't care what they do. But everybody seems to be running around trying to hide it. That's kind of why I got irritated at Scobie the other day for the same nonsense. But anyways, they want to divert attention. So what do? Of course, they come up with something to divert. Yes, it also pertains to Prince Andrew, because Harry and Meghan again are under their tree and completely quiet, so they bring in the daughters. They bring in, and yes, again, it's a legit story, but this case has been going on since last year. And so in order to divert attention from this, we need other people to throw under the bus. Everybody knows Andrew, that's a low-hanging fruit. But now everybody's going to be more interested because why? We add in Princess Beatrice, and then we also add in Princess Eugenie. And my thing is, Princess Eugenie is the one that they're going to be mark my words, or maybe not, and I hope for her sake not, but because of her relationship with Prince Harry, they're going to be coming after her, especially. And especially because Princess Beatrice has never outwardly spoken about, Meghan. She has not said anything about them. She's not, but we know Prince Eugenie was with Harry and Meghan in California, in Santa Barbara. And here they are at this Super Bowl. Here she's at the Super Bowl with Prince Harry. But I think if she doesn't get away from that family, figure out a way to make money and get away from that family, they will destroy her life. And it is like, I'm like, girl, I don't know what her education is, but Prince Harry has given you a blueprint. He has put it out there. He has a roadmap. You're staying in his house. You came to California. It's time for you to pack your bag and go, because they are, the mess that I'm sure that's going to be revealed shortly with Prince Charles, with his cash for access, cash for honors, cash for citizenship mess, and more stuff I'm sure they're going to dig up on Prince Andrew. I look to, if Princess Eugenie stays there, I look for her to be under that bus all the time, because they're going to come for her. So that's my thing on this whole story. Again, it's a legit story. But I always say whenever things drop is because they want to divert attention. So since this story dropped, yes, people are talking a little bit about the Queen and about, Kate and William, but it's been mostly about, Princess Eugenie and Prince Andrew and his mess. So they are very effective at just shifting attention away from their mess. And now the press is basically acting like how, Prince Charles is the good son and Prince Andrew is the bad son. And I'm like, excuse me, but there is no difference. There is no difference. I mean, and the same thing with, people like, well, Prince Andrew can't have social media and he can't do the HRH and all that nonsense. I'm like, look, if Prince Charles can have an HRH, if he can have social media, if he can have all that stuff, so can Prince Andrew. Because there is no difference between the two. Just about everything Prince Andrew has done, apart from, allegedly raping a 16-year-old, which we don't know of. Apart from that one, Prince Charles and Prince Andrew has done pretty much the same, including their relationships with pedophiles. So there is no difference. So if Prince Charles can be front and center for the Jubilee, then I expect that Prince Andrew will say, well, no, I should be as well. And he would be right, because again, Prince Charles is not the good one. They are just the same. So that's my take on that. I don't know. I'm sorry, I'm blabbing a lot. What do you guys think about all this? I'm just going to jump in the chat. I'm just like talking and talking. So So let me know your thoughts on this story if you have heard it. So let's see. Diane says Andy is using his daughters as fronts. Eugenie, supposedly married a millionaire. Beatrice married a supposed Italian royalty. I bet Andy is lying on his daughters again, like with the pizza party. Yep. Again, I like the fact that Diane, that you use supposedly, because if Eugenie married a millionaire, why are they living in Harry and Meghan's house? They would be off. And again, um Beatrice supposedly married, Italian royalty. It's questionable how much money these people have. I know they have titles and stuff like that, but how much ready cash do they actually have? So yeah, Andrew's lying on his well, the story is apparently true in the sense of, that they received the money. Well, at least Eugenie, Beatrice didn't receive it. It was just taken by Prince Andrew in her name, who and then promptly returned the money without saying what that connection was. So, but the fact that he, pulled his daughters in that position is unbelievable to me. Let's see. Sylvia says, I'm jumping into a conversation. Lydia, she's talking to Lydia. I hope Harry and Meghan mind their own business and stay out of the Yorks. Absolutely. Absolutely. I hope they do. I mean, they are friends. Again, Meghan knew Eugenie before she even met Harry. They are friends. But yes, I do hope, jumping into your conversation there, Lizzie, I do hope they stay completely away from that. Let's see. Cookies and Queen says the royal family lied and tried to smell Meghan about some earrings that didn't belong to her, yet the unroyal family is so immoral, corrupt, and hypocritical. Yeah, absolutely. I remember that last year with that whole bullying claim that, and I'm sure that story came from Angela, what's her name? AK-47, they call her Angela Kelly, because she's the keeper of those jewelry, and they basically leaked that lying story about Meghan wearing that she wore. Yeah, she did wear the earring that was, given to the royal family and literally handed to the Queen by MBS. And they allowed Meghan to wear that and then leaked to the press that, oh, see, Meghan is wearing an earring from a mass murderer or a murderer, MBS. And which was so ridiculous. And I'm glad Meghan clarified that, when something is given to the royal family like that, supposedly a wedding present doesn't belong to the person, it belongs to the crown, and it's the crown's. She can only borrow it. So why would they even lend that out? Meghan was a baby royal. I want to call her a baby royal when she went on tour, when she first wore those earrings, because she's on, she got married in May, and then she went on the tour in, I think, October. That's what, like 6 months. A 6-month-old royal. That's like a 6-month-old baby. You're not going to blame someone just trying to learn, the royal family, and blame her for wearing earrings that you gave to her to wear. And so I'm glad we shut that mess down. I mean, and who are the royal family? They have all this jewelry that the Queen wore, the Camilla, Princess Diana, Kate Middleton, they've all worn jewelry from the Saudi Arabian royal family. So the fact that they were attacking Meghan for earrings, I'm like, you people are crazy. So let's see. Delphine says, telling you again, this is why Harry and Meghan left to make their own money, but work for it, really. So that family doesn't have dirt on them, and they are upset about it. Yes, they wanted dirt on them for control. Exactly. And if you guys remember, during the Oprah interview, Prince Harry said, I have seen behind the curtain. I have seen the business plan, and I don't want to be a part of it. Exactly. There's a reason, and I keep forgetting to do this episode on this, where Prince Charles literally suggested that Prince Harry go to Saudi Arabia to meet one of those people in that cash for access scheme. Prince Charles literally suggested that his own son go to Saudi Arabia to do that. And it was Mark Dyer, Prince Harry's second dad, and really his dad, who was like, no, Harry, that's not the deal. And he really stuck up for Harry. And Harry was like, no, I'm not going. Prince Charles wanted his son to be a part of a cash for access deal. And that's why he tried to throw Harry under a bus, and that is the thing. This is the same pattern you're seeing that Prince Andrew just did with his daughters. They try to get their family to do this stuff so that they can have dirt on them, so that the family can't speak out against them, whatever. So they have something to give to the press against their own kid. This family is horrendous. These are horrible people that would do that to your own kids, so yes, that's exactly. Harry's like, no, I don't want to be any part of that. Let's see. Oh, Diane again. Let's see. Diane, now that we know that Eugenie was over in Montecito seeking advice from cousin Harry and then crying at Phil's service last week, she finally sees her dad as a friend. Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. Plus, Eugenie is doing this podcast about sex trafficking, which would be a little awkward. But yeah, she is. I hope she sees what her father is. Sometimes, with family, you could be a little bit blind to what they do. So yeah. Mira says, yes, Mira, the royal family, the royals are as crooked as they can. Yes, they are as crooked as they can get. And you know what? They are crooked because they know they can get away with it. That's the thing. They will always get away with it. They operate above the law, no matter how much the press or the police and whatever police commission is like, nobody is above the law. Yeah, well, the royal family operates above the law. And so, yeah, it's a fact. They operate above the law. Joyce says, well, Eugenie does not check her checking account to know that 2 payments were placed in her account. Well, I know that is the skeevy thing, right? Well, apparently she knows, and then she said she transferred the $25,000 over to apparently who was taking care of her mother's birthday. I mean, these people don't know what it means to just have a cake and candles and some juice and invite a couple of friends. Why do you need $25,000? I don't care if you're turning 50 or 100. Why do you need $25,000 to be doing a birthday party when you don't really have any money? And that's why they're always in debt and always doing these scam things, because they live above their means. That is the thing. Let's see. Let's see what else. Oh, sorry. Elaine says she got married in 2018. Yeah, I think I got my dates wrong because, yeah, Meghan got married in 2018. Whoops, sorry. I was like, oh, that's 2019 is when Archie was born. Sorry. Yeah, anyway, let's see. Let's see. What else? Eugenie better wake up and smell the bus fumes, because she gets thrown in front of it again. Yeah, she better wake up, because it's kind of like, that's a little obvious. It's a little bit obvious. Lydia says they are pleading the fifth. That is too large a sum to be unaware. Yeah, that is. I mean, to this day, nobody knows why Prince Andrew got $750,000. And I believe one of the things that I believe happened, because again, the guy who gave him that $750 a few days after he won the Pitch for Palace event, he's probably, Prince Andrew, as corrupt as he is, probably fixed that thing and let that guy win. And maybe that's just, there are no facts to this. This is my opinion. Because what I'm thinking happened is that he basically bought that first place, that somehow Prince Andrew fixed that thing so that guy won, and that $750,000 was a payment for that win. I don't know. That's the only thing I could think of, because why else are you getting? I mean, other than the kindness of the guy's heart of giving away this poor woman's money, who is trying to get her passport. And this is one of the most horrendous thing about this. This woman is an elderly woman. This is elder abuse. They took advantage of an elderly woman, 76 years old, who left her country as a refugee. Yes, she is a millionaire, but her husband is in prison. She ran for her life, left her passport, trying to get her passport back, and you're going to bill somebody $750,000 and then proceeded to give away her money to the family of this man that you just gave $750,000 to, of money that is not yours. And to know, I mean, this is just disgusting. And again, this is the royal family that is supposed to be about charity and about giving and about caring. And this is what they're doing. And yes, Eugenie and Beatrice, they said they weren't aware of, they didn't know these people. They thought they were getting money from a family friend. Yeah. But I'm sure Prince Andrew knew. Why? Because the lady was at the Pitchford Palace event when her financial advisor won. So she was there. So I'm sure Prince Andrew knew who this woman was, and they still went ahead and billed her $1.1 million. That is disgusting. Let's see. Joy says, there's a reason Eugenie sent and saw Harry and Meghan. I hope she didn't go ask for money. Would you be surprised? I wouldn't. I would not be surprised. Diane, let's see. Liz has bailed Andy out countless times for Shady D. Lives large and essentially free. Yet he and his entire household are always in debt. Yeah. They have no sense of work. They've never had to earn living. So of course, I know Eugenie has some kind of job in like a gallery or something. I don't really know what Beatrice does, or is it Beatrice that has a job in a gallery? I get them mixed up. I don't remember. But it's not, stuff of substance, or it is not stuff where it can afford them to pay for the things that they are used to. And so they're always ending up in these, can I live at your house kind of deals, or can I get, some money to pay for a birthday party nonsense. So it is just, like, get a job, go get an education, a better education, get a job so that you can afford the lifestyle that you obviously want to live. Clara says, no wonder the weeping and wailing at Philip's memorial, and when Beatrice saw her father, had to hide her face. Was that what happened? I saw somebody said she was hiding her face. I had no idea why. There was a picture on Twitter or something, and I didn't see the service. I just saw pictures. People posted pictures and then screenshots of newspaper articles that I saw, but I didn't understand why. I just thought, she must have been emotional because she was close to Prince Philip. I had no idea, but who knows? Maybe that's why she was weeping and wailing. Prince Philip's will is closed. I mean, they've locked that for 99 years. So who knows how much Prince Philip left for them? Maybe not a whole lot. I don't know. Delphine says they're trying to use Eugenie to get close to Harry and Meghan so they can sue them, they can use them. So be careful. Yep, exactly. That's why they'll keep going there. Harry and Meghan is the target. They'll use anybody to get close to them, or they will take down anyone to be able to find something to take down. So it'll be like Harry and Meghan's favorite cousin Eugenie robbed somebody, or some, one of those headlines. Anything to put Harry and Meghan in a negative light and associate them with someone who is corrupt or somebody. Yeah. Let's see. Clara says, hi, Clara. Clara says, he took the money and God knows what else to try to outdo Harry and Meghan's wedding. And so it's all Meghan's fault. He had that thing. I saw something when Eugenie got married. I think Andrew said something about, it being better than Harry and Meghan's wedding or something to that effect. I don't remember the thing, but he had a kind of shady comment about, Eugenie's wedding being better in some way than Harry and Meghan. And that's the thing. They're keeping up with the turnip tops. They don't have the money to do it. So they're always begging or getting money in ways that are corrupt, And so, no, I'm not surprised that this is happening at all. It's just sickening that they did it to an elderly person, and also involved his daughters in this. Sarah Fergus is just like Andrew. So they both are two peas in a pod. So let's see. Adrian. Hi, Adrian. Adrian says Survival Island will will still have their British media. Church, it is just dirty laundries being aired out, and the citizens are footing the bill. Exactly. Exactly. And that's the thing that I'm always like, I expected to see so much more of a protest against having to foot, for them not being clear or open about where that money for Virginia came from, if it was all from Prince Charles, or if it was split, or if the taxpayers had to foot some of that, which I suspect happened there. But there is no transparency there, and there is no protest. I mean, look at what they did with Harry and Meghan and that, and Frogmore. And there's yet no protest, no outrage, no nothing. There was like probably a couple of days of people upset, and then everyone moved on to be angry at Harry and Meghan for something, but there's none. And so it's, I would have expect more people in England, to the regular folks who are footing that bill, possibly, to be speaking up. Joan, hi, Joan. Joan says, oh, I see, I just jumped into another conversation. Joan is talking to Sylvia. She's like, it's not a mess to them. They're used to being crooks and thugs. Yes, although I'm just eavesdropping on your conversation, Joan. Yes, they are thieves and crooks in so many ways. Let's see. Hi, Blacklight. Blacklight says, and the royals are not royal. They are criminal. This is a big Ponzi / access scheme disguised as charities. That's all they are. Yeah, that's it. That's all they are. Yes, exactly. And, I always go back to what Prince Harry said at an Oprah, is that it's either Oprah or he did it under Me You Can't See. One of them, I sometimes get mixed up which one he says something, but he said that the press, they want to control the narrative because they're afraid that the truth, they're afraid of the truth coming out. And I always wondered what exact truth, among all the others that Harry is referring to. And one of the thing is, I always suspecting that what they're afraid of coming out is that the royal family, it's just a scheme. The press obviously know it, but they're afraid that the public will know that it is all, the emperor is no clothes there. We could see that. But this whole thing is just a scam. And they are scamming people. And so, yeah, Blacklight, I totally, with all the, charities and all that mess, I believe that for me, no facts here, this is my opinion, my 2 cents, is that this whole thing, that's what Harry's talking about, it's all a scam. Let's see, a couple more. Oh, it's almost 1. I know Baron is gonna start up soon. I know everyone is gonna jump over to Baron, so let's see, couple more really quick ones before we say bye. Let's see, Kay Costello. Hi, Kay. How are you? Kay says, how could Prince Charles say he didn't give money for Meg? He didn't give enough money for Meghan. He should be ashamed of himself. Yeah. They didn't have money when Meghan was coming out to, supposedly didn't have money when Meghan was joining the family. So they needed her to, go off and stay acting. Except they could come up with $12 million to pay Virginia. Of course. I would say they should be ashamed of themselves, Kay, but they have no shame. So, they will just be what they are. Let's see. One more. Church Nelly. Thank you, Church Nelly. Church Nelly says, Eugenie, please take your son and leave England. Amen to that. Whether you love Eugenie or just giving her the side eye because whatever happened with Meghan, look, I feel the same, exact the same. Take your husband and your kid and get out of that place because they're gonna go after her, which they are going after her. So whatever she needs to do, at least she has a blueprint. Harry has given her the roadmap, and she already has a relationship with Harry and Meghan. She knows what to do. I say, Eugenie, run for your life. because they are going to come at you. So, and final one, Joan. Let's see. Joan says this soap opera is vipers and snakes being themselves. Amen. Hallelujah. Yes, exactly. Exactly. This is vipers and they're just eating each other. That is what they're doing. But anyway, guys, it's 1:00. I know Byron is starting, and I'm gonna jump over to and listen to Byron myself. So have a great day. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I'm sorry for the comments that I didn't get a chance to get to, but I will come back again tomorrow and try to get others tomorrow. But thank you guys so much for joining me. Have a fantastic day, and bye to everyone. Let's see who I didn't say hi to at the beginning. Let's see. Is there anybody on here that I didn't say hi to? Annie, did I say hi to you? Hi, Annie. If I didn't, let's see. Joy Bell, Jeanette, Perlina, Terry Hamilton. Hey. Hi, Joseph Bruno. Have a great day, guys. Diane. Thank you, Church Nelly and Lydia, so much. As usual, you guys are awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see. Joyce and Michelle. Oh, hi, Masha. How are you? Let's see. Mira. Let's see. Who else I didn't say hi to? Rosa Roberts. Did I say hi to you? Bellissima. Hi, Bellissima, who I always think is in Italy, and she's not. But thank you guys so much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Have fun at Byron's. Bye.